Let's go Broncos! While the rest of the NFL ignores us, Sean Payton is turning the tables, and believe me, you'll want to know every second of it. Why are major contract negotiations starting now? Which players are secretly on thin ice despite stellar seasons? And what are the two glaring weaknesses Payton just pointed out that could define our path to the playoffs? Stick with me, because what's happening behind the scenes isn't just important, it's potentially the defining moment of our 2025 campaign. But before I reveal all the details, let's test your loyalty. If you've been a diehard Broncos fan for years, hit the like button right now. And if you think this team is what it takes to reach the Super Bowl, show it in the comments. Go Broncos! Born for greatness! Now let's go! Right out of the bye week, Sean Payton got to work fixing two of the most pressing problems the Broncos have faced this season: penalties and turnover margin. These weren't just minor adjustments, these were pointed out as absolute must-fixes by the head coach himself. During what Payton called a self-scouting reflection period, the Broncos coaching staff and players took a hard look in the mirror. No game plan for an opponent, no distractions, just them versus the tape of their own performances. The result? A laser-focused effort to clean up mistakes that could cost them in the postseason. Let's talk about the penalty issue first. This team has been racking up flags at an alarming rate, 93 penalties heading into the bye week, leading the NFL at that time. Penalty yards? Also first. Pre-snap penalties? 8th worst. Away penalties? 7th. That's not a list you want to be at the top of. The most glaring moment? The 10 penalties for 147 yards against the Chiefs in just one game. That's brutal. And while not every flag was fair, especially against a team like Kansas City that seems to get the benefit of the doubt from the refs, the reality is the Broncos have to own up to their mistakes, and they are. One of the most telling examples came from cornerback Riley Moss. He's had flashes of brilliance this season, especially stepping up with Pat Certain out, but he's also made some key errors. Moss himself came out and owned it, saying, "I need to be better." He even joked about putting on boxing gloves in practice, literally taping them up, so he wouldn't grab receivers and get flagged for pass interference. That kind of accountability? That's what championship teams are made of. Moss called out his own mistake in that late pass interference penalty against the Chiefs and admitted he needs to learn to play the ball instead of the man. That's growth. That's leadership. That's what fans want to hear. The vibe coming out of Dove Valley right now doesn't feel like a team taking it easy on their bye. There's no coasting at 9-2. No, this is a team grinding harder than ever, eyes firmly on that number 1 seed in the AFC. Especially with the Patriots barely edging them at 10-2, the margin for error is razor thin. But make no mistake, the Broncos know how to beat New England, force them to run, and attack their secondary. Denver has the best pass defense in the league and the kind of sticky coverage that can shut down the Patriots' game plan. Let's be real, New England hasn't faced a gauntlet of competition this year. They're good, but Denver is better prepared for battle. Now, the other big topic Sean Payton emphasized, turnover margin. Surprisingly, it's not as bleak as it sounds. The Broncos currently sit at a -3 turnover differential, tied with the Raiders for 19th in the league. Sure, that's not ideal, but when you look around the league, it's not a deal breaker. The 8-3 Seahawks are sitting at -7. The 49ers are 7-4 with a -5 margin. The Panthers are 6-5 with a -4. Even the Bills and Chargers are floating around the same mark. Bottom line, you don't have to dominate the turnover stat to win games. You just have to make the right plays at the right time. And that's exactly what this Broncos defense is doing. This might be the best 3-and-out defense we've seen in years. The pressure, the coverage, the sheer dominance on key downs, they're making teams punt fast and often. Imagine how lethal they'd be if they started forcing more turnovers on top of that. This defense is built to suffocate offenses. They don't just bend without breaking, they break teams mentally. The pass rush is relentless, and coverage is elite. So, while turnovers are important, Payton's focus is more about timing and position than panicking over stats. And then there's the internal business. While most teams are distracted or tense about contract situations during a strong season, Payton is walking a fine line, initiating discussions without disrupting the locker room chemistry. 8 players are up for potential negotiations, including key contributors like Malcolm Roach, Alex Singleton, J.K. Dobbins, P.J. Locke, Adam Troutman, and John Franklin Myers. But here's the twist. Sources say the Broncos have already indicated they won't engage in contract talks with Franklin Myers for now due to cap concerns. That could mean he's on his way out, which would be a huge blow considering how well he's played this season. Still, you can't pay everyone, and some players may chase a bigger payday elsewhere. And as we keep digging into what's brewing inside Broncos HQ, the conversations don't stop at penalties and turnovers. No, the ripple effect of this bi-week introspection stretches deeper into the heartbeat of the franchise, its future core. Because while Sean Payton and George Payton are pushing hard for a Super Bowl this year, they're also building a team that can sustain success beyond this season. We already know contract talks are underway with a group of 8 players. Let's revisit that list real quick. John Franklin Myers, Malcolm Roach, Alex Singleton, Justin Strnad, Luke Wattenberg, J.K. Dobbins, P.J. Locke, and Adam Troutman. All valuable in different ways, but only a few are going to get long-term commitments. So, what does this tell us about the Broncos' strategy? It's clear they're being selective, not because they're unsure of these guys' talents, but because they're prioritizing chemistry, cap efficiency, and durability. Let's start with John Franklin Myers. He's been a force, improved, consistent, and a veteran presence on that defensive front. Yet the word is, Denver's brass doesn't want to open talks with him just yet. It's a calculated move. Myers is going to command a lot of money in free agency, and the Broncos may be weighing whether his production can be replaced by a younger, cheaper option. Still, losing him would create a gap. Continuity matters on the line, especially with the identity this defense has formed. Then there's Malcolm Roach. If you're a fan of gritty, no flash, plug-the-gap defensive football, this guy is your prototype. Roach is one of the most underrated players in the trenches, and his run-stuffing ability is vital for keeping opposing offenses in check. Re-signing him is a must. No stat sheet will ever do justice to what Roach brings to the interior. He's a tone setter. Now, J.K. Dobbins. Yes, the injuries are a concern, but when he's healthy, the talent is undeniable. Dobbins can change the game on one carry. His explosiveness, vision, and ability to create something out of nothing make him a weapon Sean Payton would love to keep. Plus, Dobbins fits perfectly in this evolving Broncos offense. He doesn't need 25 touches a game to be effective, which reduces wear and keeps him fresh for postseason pushes. Alex Singleton is another name that can't be overlooked. He's not just a tackling machine, he's a vocal leader and a glue guy on defense. Singleton brings a high motor, instincts, and toughness every single game. It's easy to take his consistency for granted, but Payton and Vance Joseph know how valuable it is to have a linebacker like Singleton anchoring the middle. And don't sleep on P.J. Locke. His growth has been noticeable this season. He's played with more confidence, filled in admirably when called upon, and proved he's more than just a depth piece. Locke could be in line for a bigger role moving forward, depending on how Denver handles the future of the safety position. So, while not every player on this list is guaranteed to return, it's encouraging that Payton is not afraid to talk extensions mid-season, so long as it doesn't disrupt the mojo. That's critical. This team is 9-2 for a reason, and the momentum they've built is fragile. One misstep, one distraction, and it could unravel. Payton's walking that fine line like a veteran coach should. Now let's turn our attention to something else, momentum. Denver hasn't lost a game in October or November. That's not a fluke. That's preparation, execution, and leadership. Only the Broncos and Patriots can claim that streak in 2025. And while the Patriots sit one game ahead, many around the league are questioning whether they're battle-tested. Meanwhile, Denver has faced adversity, cleaned up mistakes, and come out sharper. This is a team forged through challenges, not cushy wins. Offensively, while the system isn't blowing teams out with 40-point games, it's efficient, calculated, and improving. And that improvement is exactly what Sean Payton wanted to see at this point in the season. He didn't just build this team to survive the regular season, he built it to peak in the playoffs. The Broncos don't need to be flashy, they need to be clean, disciplined, and relentless. That's the formula Payton believes can take them deep into January, maybe even all the way to Vegas. So now, with everything on the line, every detail matters. The bye week wasn't about resting. It was about sharpening, about getting back to fundamentals, about owning mistakes and eliminating them. You heard Riley Moss. He's taking penalties personally. You've got a locker room full of players studying tape, adjusting habits, and pushing each other. That's championship DNA. And while other teams are starting to show cracks, the Broncos are solidifying. The path to the playoffs is tough, no doubt. But with the Patriots in their sights and the rest of the AFC feeling vulnerable, this could be Denver's year. They've got the defense. They've got the culture. And now, with Sean Payton steering the ship, they've got the belief. If you've stuck around to this point, you're a real one. And I want to hear your voice. Who do you think should be the top priority for re-signing this offseason? Is it Dobbins, Singleton, Roach, or someone else? Drop your take in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates.